Hey everybody, it's me. A tradition that I have on this channel is to react to the new cosmetics that come out with each seasonal update of Team Fortress 2. And I did do that for this one. I reacted to Shonik's video. Shortly into the editing process of that, I kinda didn't want to make the video anymore. These cosmetics are not very interesting. All things considered, which I kind of expected. I figured I've done it for the last two, so I might as well keep doing it. And honestly, the last one I didn't think was a great video either. It wasn't super interesting, and I didn't really want to re-record it and like fake my reactions to it, so I figured I'd just tell you my thoughts on all of them, because I know how much of you really care about my thoughts on the Team Fortress 2 cosmetics that come out each seasonal update. As a little bonus, and as a little apology for the lack of consistency with this series, I'll be giving them a ranking too. Most of these are either, you know, pretty good, while a lot of them are extremely similar to items we already have, so don't expect a lot of high scores here. First one is the Snug Sharpshooter. Immediately when I saw this one, I thought of the Wagga Wagga Wear, which is the cosmetic that I use. I like the Wagga Wagga Wear a lot more than this, and for that reason I'm giving it a 6 out of 10. And then we have the West Coat cosmetic for the Engineer, and this one is pretty good. I think my initial reaction is that it seems kind of busy. There's a lot of different designs and patterns, you know, the cowhide vest and the plaid shirt, but there are different styles that you can do. I think the second style looks a lot better. It's a lot more conservative. I think it's going to look better with other cosmetics, and that to me is pretty important. Like, as cool as a cosmetic can be, you know, if it doesn't really work well with other cosmetics, you know, what's really the point of using it? So this one I think is pretty good. It fits very well with the character, and that's kind of all I have to say about that. I think I'd give it like a 7. After that we have the Commanding Presence, which this one I thought was very strange, because this isn't like, I don't know, seeing it just this just isn't something that anyone has ever worn. They don't make formal coats that also act as military grade armor. You know, there's a lot of demo cosmetics that kind of have that problem. You can't really change the shape of Demo Man. That would make it hard to distinguish him in game. So I think, you know, besides that issue, I see nothing wrong with this. I think I'm going to give it another 7. The Field Fatigues I think is actually pretty good. It might be one of my favorites on this list. It's just another soldier coat, which like I said, we have a lot of soldier coats, but this one is pretty good. I think this one looks really nice. This seems like one that a lot of people would want. So I think I'm going to give that one an 8. Next one is the Crimbo Cap, and I think this one kind of, I don't know, it kind of represents what I don't really like about SMISSMAS cases, in that most of what we get is just like winter themed. It's just cold, you know, compared to the Halloween cases that we get. Those are great, because there's so much more variety of stuff, you know, skeletons and witches and zombies and pumpkins and spiders. With the Christmas ones, there's just not much you can do, and anything that you can do has already been done. I don't think the Crimbo Cap is bad or ugly in any way, but it's just really boring, so I think I'm going to give it a 5. Okay, what does that say? Alright, I don't really know what that word means. Consigliere's Coverup? Consigliere's Coverup, yep, that's it. Consigliere's Coverup is alright. This one's interesting because it changes the medic's gloves, which I can't think of any cosmetics that do that. So I suppose that's interesting. I mean, they change them to like a biker's glove, which number 1 doesn't fit medic, and number 2 doesn't fit this cosmetic, I don't think. The medic's gloves are very important in distinguishing what team he's on, so, you know, they have to make the gloves either red or blue, and for that reason I just don't think it just looks weird. It looks weird with red biker gloves, right? No one's ever worn those before in real life. I think I'd give it a 4. I'm honestly not into this very much. Okay, so the Poleur Voyeur, the Poleur Voyeur, the Poleur Voyeur coat for the spy. This one looks pretty good. There definitely exists like snow coats for the spy. This one looks a lot more like tactical, so I think it looks pretty good. There's different styles. You can keep the hood on or off, so not bad. I think I'd give this one a 7. The Hot Spaniel. This is another like kind of the same as the Crimbo Cap, where it's just a snow hat for the pyro, and I don't really think it has anything more going for it. So I'm gonna give it a 5. Okay, now we're going gamer mode with battle music, all class. Headphones. This is the poor man's audiophile. I have a genuine audiophile, so I don't see why I would ever need this. I mean, if you don't want a super obnoxious turntable on top of the character's head, you could definitely go with the battle music. But I don't know. It definitely looks better than the stupid earbuds. I've always thought the earbuds just look so out of place, but these look a little better, I guess. The Dapper Noel, another all class. So on a lot of classes, the beard isn't there, it's just the mustache. I think it looks super strange with just the mustache. So for that reason, you know, gonna have to slash it a couple of points there. I don't know. I mean, it's Santa Claus. I feel like every class already has their own individual Santa Claus hat. There's definitely an all-class Santa hat that exists, but now you get the glasses and the beard. 3-in-1 combo. So that's cool, I guess, but not really interesting. I'll give it a 6 because I think it does look nice. The glasses, the shape of the glasses is unique, so I guess that gives it some points. Next is the Bucks Brim. It's this has several different styles. You don't have to do this cowhide style. The cowhide definitely is meant to coincide with the West coat, which I think those together would look pretty nice. But if you don't have that one, there's different styles you could go with. But again, like, this is not the first 10-gallon for the engineer. There are many hats that are very similar to this, and the only difference between this one and the other ones is like the pattern on it. So as much as the cowhide print on the hat is not super appealing to me, that's kind of the only reason why you would want this one opposed to the other ones. So I don't know, I 6. Okay, the Minesweepers. The Minesweepers, I think that shoe cosmetics are very underrated, and I wish we saw more of them. I really like cosmetics that replace the class's shoes. And these ones look pretty good. Not much else for me to say. I think they look nice. I'm going to give them an 8. I like them a lot. We have the Cossack Camo. Another coat. Literally the last case, we got a big coat for the heavy. Van Helsing type jack. Making the heavy look like Van Helsing is definitely cooler than whatever is going on here. So I don't know. I can't really say this one's that great. I think I'm gonna give it a 6. After that, we have the Polar Charger, this hat for the soldier here. I think it's pretty cool. I think the little shotgun shells on the side definitely add a lot to it, and you can have the different styles. You can do it without the shotgun shells on the side, and you can do it without the thing covering his face. So that's pretty versatile for that reason. I think I would give this one a 7. I like this one a lot. It's a little bit more unique and interesting to me than the other kind of just snow hats we've seen in this case. I can't really say the same thing about the triple jumper because it's another jacket for the scout. This is like the 5th jacket we have for the scout. I mean, it's nice. It's a hoodie. It's an Adidas. He's got the Adidas. My new whip got 3 stripes. Adidas. You know, you can have the Adidas coat for the scout. Great product placement on Valve's part. I hope they made a lot of money off of this.
Look at the way that I dance. The way that I dance has now got your bay in a trance.
Alright, next we got Thomas Shelbiek, Medics, Checkered Past. The Summers case, we got a Peaky Blinders thing going on for the spy, so now we have one for the Medic, which is super epic. This one looks pretty nice. I don't really know why there aren't multiple styles. Like, I feel like you should be able to choose whether or not you want that scar on the medic's face and the cigarette too. I'm just now realizing that there's a cigarette. I only saw just the scar in the hat. But I mean, it's fine. It's a hat. I'm gonna give it a 6. Okay, the Les Frosteaux. The Les Frosteaux. Here we have snow pants. Snow pants and boots for the spy. I just said that I like the cosmetics that take up the shoe area. And here's another one of those. I guess this one goes well with the Poleur Voyeur. I mean, it's cool. I think it kind of exclusively goes well with the Poleur Voyeur. So I can't really give it a high score for that reason. I think it's a 5. All right, the Frostbite Fit. I'm just trying to figure out what this is. I'm assuming it's like a leather coat with like a sweater. Do people wear their leather coats with sweaters underneath it? I've never seen that before. Maybe I'm behind on fashion trends today, but I don't know, dude. This doesn't look that cool. It kind of looks like that stupid fishing overalls or whatever that was. That's what this reminds me of, but it's like trying to be cool because it's like leather with the ripped sleeves. This is like a 4 for me. This looks kind of stupid. All right, the top brass. This is clearly a reference to Tom Hanks' character in Polar Express, the guy that likes singing about hot chocolate. You know, it's a little racially charged. You're gonna make the character that likes hot chocolate. You're gonna give that reference to the demo man. Okay. I honestly like don't know what this is supposed to be. Is this what like the Scotland Yard looks like? I don't even think the Scotland Yard is actually Scottish. All I know about the Scotland Yard is the game that is actually very relevant recently. I thought this like thing on the top of the hat, I saw that and I thought it was like the snitch from Harry Potter. I don't know, it's cool. It doesn't immediately remind me of something that's already in the game, so I think that at least makes it an 8, just on principle. Alright, so the Battle Balaclava, okay. If there was a spy-heavy subclass, you know, this would be perfect. It really reminds me of, like, Mr. Incredible when he's in the burning building, and then they, like, bust through the wall and they're in the jewelry store. The prayers of everyone who's been wanting to cosplay as Mr. Incredible in the jewelry store with Frozone have been answered. So that's great for them. This is a 10 out of 10 for that reason. The Scrooge McDoc. So whoever created this hat, I think you're confusing Scrooge McDuck with Ebenezer Scrooge, because Scrooge McDoc sounds like Scrooge McDuck, and Scrooge McDuck is not affiliated with Ebenezer Scrooge, nor Charles Dickens. So, you know, might want to change that name. But anyway, this is nice. Looks pretty good. Not really much else for me to say. I think I'm gonna give it I think it looks nice, actually. Like, it's not super interesting. I don't think it should be as rare as it is. Like, that could easily be one of the blue items. So, you know, I'd give it like a 7. And I think that kind of applies to the spy here. Layer filter. I don't speak French, but I know that says the air filter, which, like, just call it that. Just saying what it is and then translating it into French does not, like, make it, like, a clever spy name. I don't know why the designers and the modelers of these items love naming them French words. Like, you know, spy's not the only class that speaks a foreign language, right? I guess the heavy has a lot of probably Russian origin names, but those are easy to pronounce. Anyway, we literally got a gas mask item earlier, so here's one for the spy. I don't think this really goes with anything. It doesn't really go with the other cosmetics he got, this like snow coat and snow pants. I mean, maybe it goes well. I'd have to see it together. I mean, I'm sure it looks fine. I don't think there's many other cosmetics that would really go well with this. So, I don't know. I think I'm giving it a 5 for that reason. So the last one, the Necroprancer. Okay, that's a good name. That's a good name. You know me. You know how much I love skulls. You know how much I love things that are related to skulls. I think this one is pretty cool, except for the fact that the antlers are so massive. Dude, talk about giving away your position, bro. Forget unusual effects. Look at those things. I mean, it's cool. I definitely like it without the Rudolph nose. The Rudolph nose makes it look kind of goofy, which if that's what you're going for, then great. The only reason why this is a Christmas-themed hat is because it has the Rudolph nose. But anyway, that's kind of all I wanted to mention. Oh, I'll give the Necroprancer, I think I'm going to give the Necroprancer a 9, just for skull representation. As a skull lover, I gotta stick out for the homies, you know? Anyway, that's all of them. So, I unfortunately have not seen Gladiator 2 yet. They sponsored the video. They did not sponsor my movie ticket. Let me know what you think about these cosmetics in the comments below. When the snow keeps falling through the winter sky, this rain gets colder and I wonder why.